It's time to become the best version of yourself and help others do the same. It's Monday morning and we're talking success.
Good Monday morning, everyone. It's so good to be here with you. My name's Greg Halliday. If you're new to this broadcast, and we're at the Soul corporate offices. We do this every Monday. We like to begin the week talking success. That is one of the reasons that we organized Soul Naturals almost 13 years ago. It's not just about some wonderful products that can make all the difference in health, but Soul Naturals is about a supportive community enabling success for everyone. And what do we mean by success? Well, it does start with our health. If you think about it for a minute, it doesn't matter what other success we have in our lives. If we don't have our health, we don't really get to enjoy it. We don't get to feel that joy. So we're dealing with both of those things at Soul, providing ways for people to have success in their health and also to be part of a supportive community. And just looking around this morning at so many of you, it looks like you're chatting in already. Great seeing you. How you doing, Rosa from Hollister, California? It's good to see you. And Krista from the great and beautiful country of Canada. Love seeing you there, Krista Shepard. Dolores from the beautiful state of Louisiana. Dolores is 100% Cajun through and through. She's a pretty magnificent lady, if you don't know Dolores. And Kristen, good morning, Anita, and so many of you. Love seeing you here. Daida's here. In fact, Daida, her upline, her mentor, is our special guest. So we're going to come back to that. I'm so excited about our guest this morning. Before we get to our guest, we have a great conversation in store with her. We'd like to do a little bit of recognition. And as always, we feature one of our success keys. This week's success key is called Ranked Up. I love this key. I love all of the success keys. But when you rank up in Soul, which is achieve a new milestone with your Soul business, you are never the same person. And that is true with all meaningful experiences in our lives. Anything that, to me, that's a worthwhile experience, it leaves us different and better than we've been. And we've designed our rank staircase here at Soul Naturals to be exactly that way. You look on the success key and you can see someone climbing the stairs. And it's not so much about being higher, I guess you could say that, but it's really about progress, personal progress. And you know, our perspective, if you think about this imagery of the staircase, each time that we move up a step, we see things just a little differently. We have a little bit more that is visible to us in the vista of our lives. And that's really what's behind the ranking system at Soul Naturals in our compensation system. Bringing additional perspective where we can see more in our lives. We are able to have more and also help others do the same and have more in their lives. So we're going to do some special recognition today, focusing on the ranked up key. And let's start with our new Soul Pros. We saw a lot of great activity in March. So happy to recognize you. We're going to start with Yolanda Perez. Congratulations, Yolanda. She hit 1K for the first time. David Ramirez. David, congratulations. New Soul Pro 1K. Israel Alvarez. Congratulations, new 1K. When you get to 1K, Ana Corona, congratulations to Ana. Remember, you've kind of moved out of your box. The box that you were in before in your life, don't go back in there. Stay out and see more of what is there for you. Guadalupe Ledesma, congratulations, Guadalupe. She also is a new 1K. Yoslay Ricaño, Yoslay, a new 1K. Michelle Randall, congratulations, Michelle. Well done. Mariana Villarreal, another new Soul Pro 1K. And we're still going. We're on our second page. Frank Barrera. Frank, congratulations on reaching the Soul Pro 1K milestone. Annette Mead Ragau. I hope I said your last name right, Annette. Congratulations. That's an important milestone. It's the first one on the soul staircase, and you'll never be the same if you keep walking, you keep climbing. All right, now we are at the next level of ranked up, and these are our Soul Pro 2Ks. And you can see on the slide, there's this really high quality, double insulated water bottle. It's the Soul Pro water bottle. This thing's heavy and it's durable. It's super nice. And you get this when you reach the ranked Soul Pro 2K. And that's the next group of people we're going to honor today. If you are a new Soul Pro 2K, take a look at your email. That's where you get a link that tells you how you can redeem this, okay? So, Maria Elena Velasquez, congratulations, a new Soul Pro 2K. Maria Carmen Sarco, congratulations, Maria. Beatriz Morales also reached the rank of 2K. Shout out to Beatriz. Cleo Vargas reached 2K. Daida Garcia, I think I saw Daida on this morning. So a shout out to you, Daida. Welcome to Monday Morning Talking Success and congratulations. I hope you got your email. If not, it'll be coming soon. Claim your Soul Pro 2K bottle, okay? Dalila Aviles. Dalila, congratulations as well. Welcome to the ranked Soul Pro 2K. Marisol Villa, well done, Marisol. Shout out to you. Now we're going to go to the Soul Pro 3Ks. And you can see pictured on the screen is this wonderful kettle. It's a Soul branded kettle. These come in handy because, sometimes you just have to have your Cinnamate hot. And Renew is awesome hot as well. Now, you might like some of the other drinks, but believe it or not, Soul Complete, the new Soul Complete is quite tasty hot as well. So you've got your kettle. You get it free when you're Soul Pro 3K. So big shout out to Sandy and Craig Hendricks. Sandy and Craig are doing some great work. They've only been in Soul for like a month and a half, and they hit the second tier of Prime already. That is very laudable. No surprise to me that you're at Soul Pro 3K. Sandy and Craig, you're sharing Soul with lots of people. Here's your tea kettle. Take advantage of it. Stacy Houston as well. Great job, Stacy. A shout out to Stacy, who also reached 3K. And I think they might be our only 2 3Ks this month. So now we're going to move to the next rank, which is Soul Leader. And as you know, that's Soul Leader 5K is where that classification of ranks begin. Oh, I think that when you hit the Soul Leader rank, you really start to visualize what you can do with Soul in your own life and helping other people as well. Because at least for me, it's been my experience watching people get to this rank. Things start to really open up in terms of thoughts and ideas and familiarity with the resources at Soul. So let's give a shout out to our new Soul Leader. We have, I believe, one this month, Pat Alakim. Sorry, I pronounced that wrong. It's Pat Alakim. I know Pat. And Pat also, for a very short period of time, has been part of Soul. Pat is a new brand specialist on Eric Patterson's team. And so here Pat just reached 7K. And so reminder, when you hit this ranked up step, you get to double your Prime. So Soul Prime during the month of April will be doubled for Pat. Now, Pat's in her first 4 months, so it's doubled anyway. And so what do we do when that happens? Well, when that happens, she gets to tack it on the end. She gets an extra at the end. So she gets to finish her 4 months at double Prime. And then we'll just throw that extra one on because she reached 7K while she was during her first 4 months. So congrats, Pat. Shout out to you and all your wonderful team. All right. We have 2 new Soul Elite this month. So happy to give a big round of applause to Anita Carpenter. We've had Anita on Monday Morning Talking Success this year, and we're going to have her on again. We need to, because she did some really neat things that were part of this final few steps on the ranked up staircase where she reached Soul Elite 25K. In fact, she kind of blew right by it and went beyond 30K in her first month. So congratulations to Anita. And equally impressive to Anita's surge this month was our guest this morning, the one and only Amanda Rivera, who did essentially the same thing, so parallel. Lots of great plans this past month that Amanda put into place, and we're going to talk about some of those as we have her on. And she kind of blew right by 25K too, and I think ended up right there around 30K in her first month as a 25K. So congrats to both of you, Anita Carpenter and Amanda Rivera. And with that, let's welcome Amanda, our special guest this morning. This is her first time being a guest on Monday Morning Talking Success. And as we chatted earlier, she told me, Greg, I'm just a little bit nervous. So how about you just let Amanda see the love and support? You know, the soul community, we're about taking all the nerves away and making it so you feel like you're right at home with your family, because you are, and we'll just have a nice conversation, all right? So let's welcome Amanda on. Amanda, how are you feeling?
Nervous. No, I feel good. I feel good. Really happy to be here.
Awesome. I'm glad you are. Now, before I ask you a couple questions, I don't want to embarrass you too much, but Amanda, I told you a little bit about Amanda moving up to another rank. She's been very, very steady for a little while in the rank and steadily growing her business, as I've noticed for a long time. Very, very consistent in what she does. And she'll share with us this morning a few things that she does. But one thing that I've noticed about Amanda, and this is my first question. One of the bonuses that we frequently talk about in Monday morning is the mentor bonus. The mentor bonus is an additional percentage that you receive on reorders from all the people that you personally have mentored. And if you're like Amanda, she, like a few of our other guests this year, receives a mentor bonus that's higher than typical. In other words, it's probably twice what normally you might receive at the level of Amanda's business. So how is it that Amanda has her business, which is quite impressive, but receiving a mentor bonus even much larger? Well, she obviously does really, really well with reorders. So my first question, Amanda, to you is, what do you think are some of the reasons why you're able to have such a strong reorder with your people and such a good mentor bonus?
So first of all, I wanted to thank you. Thank you for having me on. For me, it's a privilege to be able to share how I help others. And to answer that question, the first thing is that I mentally prepare them and tell them that this is not a miracle. So this is just as they have taken time to get unhealthy, they also need to give their body the time to get healthy again. And I also give them like the example of a cell phone. I said, when you have your cell phone 2 or 3% and you charge it for 5 minutes, is that all you need for the rest of the day? And they're like, no, we need to charge it longer. I was like, that's exactly the same way as our body works. It needs to be charged with nutrients. So 1 month is not going to be enough. If you charge your phone 100%, you'll be able to do videos, you'll be able to do chats, you'll be able to do so many calls, everything that you need with your phone. And the same with the body. Your body will be ready for any, it's going to be strong immune-wise. It'll be ready for anything in toxins in the air. So your body will be charged. So it takes some time. So that's mentally prepare them first. And then I also tell them that I want to be able to help them to get the best benefits possible. I would like them to take advantage of the same savings that I do by going into a soul subscription. I said by going into a soul subscription, you'll be able to enjoy the loyalty discount. And when that being said, they're in the soul subscription, but later on, sometimes it gets a little bit, for some people, it gets a little bit difficult to stay on it. But I always tell them at least stay with one product so that that way you don't lose the loyalty discount. And whenever you're ready to order again or order more product that is a higher number, then you can continue having your loyalty program. And that helps them to be able to stay on it. First of all, to get on the loyalty program, which is a Soul subscription, and then stay on it. So those two things have really helped me to be able to help people continue.
I love that, Amanda. Such great advice and a great analogy. I love that cell phone analogy. That's so true. Okay, let me move to the next question. As you know, we recently had a one-day event, and it was an all-day event. A long start in the morning and went clear into the evening in Orlando. This event was in Spanish. We called it the Gran Evento. That was kind of our nickname. In that event, for those who might be watching today, I think we had a little bit over 100 specialists that came to this event. And it was, but you didn't have to have any kind of experience to come. It was open to everyone. You had several people come and some new specialists come. Amanda, could you tell us a little bit about how many did you have come to that event, and what did they think of it, or what were some of your observations?
Yeah, so it was a really good event. I really enjoyed it myself. I had 6 specialists that came with me, and one of my specialists brought her specialist as well. So we were a total of 7. We had lunch together, encouraged each other, but I think that some of the highlights for them, or the feedback that I got from them, is that some said that they didn't realize how there are so many people involved with natural health. In their mind and their idea, it was like very little people doing this. And to see such a big show up, they really got encouraged to know that there's a lot of people out there that are looking to help others with natural health. Also, they said that part of the teaching that we got there was what really helped them. Others said they felt like they were with family, and others just plainly got the determination to offer natural health to others, because they were so encouraged by it. So they went out of there and determined to help others. So that was really great.
Okay, so Amanda, as you know, at this event, one of the things that I loved is there was a challenge. There was a challenge offered to all those who attended. Let's see, the event was about the 15th of March, so it was a 2-week challenge because you had to finish the challenge by the end of the month. So that was 2 weeks and a day or something like that. And the challenge, as I remember, was that you had to have 6 presentations that you would give, 6 formal presentations. It could be one-on-one. A presentation counts if it's even to one person. Or it could be multiple people. You had to have 6 presentations that they had to give, and you had to have 3 people enroll in Soul Naturals, at least with a $150 order. So this was all in 2 weeks. So I'm thinking about this. You had 7 people. They were all looked to you as a leader, and they all pretty much said, Amanda, we want to do that challenge. Can you tell us a little bit about what you did, and how that worked out?
Yeah, so that was it was really hard work, but we did it. We did it because me and my mentor, which is Maya Flores, we both decided, okay, we're going to help them out and help them do their presentations. The good thing is that we already had them encouraged. We didn't even have to encourage them. They came super encouraged from the event in Orlando, so they were ready. Some of the specialists had already been seeing how I did presentations. Others were very, very new. So we were helping them do presentations at the same time. But we were able to help all of them with all the people that they wanted to see the presentation within the 2 weeks. And that's why 4 out of the 6 specialists that came were able to get to complete the task of the 6 presentations and the 3 enrollments. And so I was really happy for them. And the others, they got really, really close, but because they were so new, they didn't reach it. But I just felt like it was really good that they really tried as well, and said you know what? I don't even feel bad because I know that the next challenge I will be able to reach it. So the attitude was really good.
That's so awesome. So Amanda, how many presentations did you end up giving over those 2 weeks? I'm just curious.
So I would say maybe over 30 presentations. And then those 2 weeks, I was very tired.
So you did the presentations because a lot of them were newer, so they could watch you. So they were there and they connected you with their person, and then you gave it. And so I love that. I just love that model of you help me and I will help you see how to do it. And Maye gave some, your upline Maye, she also gave some presentations as well.
Yes, she did help me with some as well.
So Amanda, how long are the presentations? Are they short? Were they different lengths? Would you say how long are those presentations?
So a presentation could be anywhere from like 30 minutes to an hour. It all depends if the person has any questions. So when you're just talking to them about how, their body works and how you have to help it, get to a certain level of health and nutrients, they sometimes will be curious and ask questions. So it could be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I wondered about that. And how many of those presentations would you say were one-on-one, and how many did you have with multiple people?
Well, within the last 2 weeks, I had 3 with multiple people. I had one that had about 25 people in it, one that had 14, and the other one that had 12 people in it. Those were the only multiple ones within the last week, but I do give multiple weekly, something that I like to do. And the one-on-one were practically the 30
Yeah.
was what the yeah.
I love that. I love that you do both. I really do love that, because sometimes I think we can think, oh, I don't have enough time. I'm just going to do, group meetings, and it doesn't work for some people. And so it's nice that you kind of have opportunities both ways. Okay, let me ask you too, one last thing too, Amanda. Well, maybe this isn't the last question, but related to your presentations. Earlier on, you used to do most of them live, right? But then I remember you told me you had a change to where you started, I think it was because of the COVID situation, you started using Zoom. Could you tell everybody what percentage of your presentations now are on Zoom?
So the percentage that are on Zoom is 100%.
100%.
100%. I don't do any presentations at homes. I used to do parties, like let's get together in your house. You invite a couple of people, and I'll do a presentation there. But yeah, since COVID, I started doing them on Zoom, and not only am I saving by I don't time and gas. I don't have to go to people's houses. I don't have to take a couple of hours just traveling. But I also can reach a lot more people. I can do presentations all over the United States, either in other countries. I've had presentations in Mexico, where I have had, presentations in other countries. So I feel like I can reach more people and be able to help more people by doing the presentations on Zoom.
That's awesome. Yeah, I do. I love Zoom too, because to me, you get to see the person, you get to talk back and forth. It's better than a phone to me because I get to see them, and plus you can show graphics, and you can play video, and you can do all the things that you want to do. I think that communicates so well. So I've always been fascinated that you made that change, and it's now been a few years that you've stuck with that and with a lot of success. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this, Amanda. I'm just looking back at some of the questions that we had talked about. So now you're entering the elite staircase at Soul Naturals. Congratulations once again. I think you so much deserve it, and I also think you're going to see much more happen because of how consistent you are. But when you think back now, so it's been a few years. Would you have some advice, for someone that's just starting to climb those rank staircase? Are there some things that you would want to tell them that have helped you that you feel like are important?
Well, I have to say that genuinely caring for others, loving people, my parents always taught me to the importance of loving God and loving people. And at a very early age, I took to heart, dedicated my life into helping others, to help them get to know God and to show them how much He loves them. So I have taken those skills that I was taught and implemented them in helping people with their health and showing interest in them, genuinely caring for my clients. My purpose in helping is not just to fill them with products. They're, you know, for it's more getting to be able to help them with health. So I would say helping them reach a better health is listening, listening to them, helping them, and showing interest, and also being able to prepare, do follow ups. All of that is going to let the client know this person's really interested in me and wants to help me. So that's pretty much what I can advise, that people can see through you if you just want to do this for your own benefit. So when you focus in on helping them, doing it for them, for their better health, they can really see that. And that has allowed other people to come to me. And when I asked them who recommended you, they said so and so recommended me. They said you're really good and I want an appointment with you. So you're never going to lack clients when you do the right thing for the client, when you give them the best discounts possible, and when you show them that you're doing this out of love and out of care for that person.
I love that, Amanda. And you've talked about follow up, and I know you do this. Do you have any kind of a certain way that you like to follow up with people, after they're beginning their journey and say they're down the road a little bit?
So what I do, I don't want to forget to follow up and show interest. So when I talk to the person for the first time, I'll go into my Google Calendar and I put in call this person in 1 week. I go back into my Google Calendar, call this person in 2 weeks, and go back into my Google Calendar and say, okay, do a follow up with this person at this time. So my calendar is consistently reminding me of my clients and the importance of following up and showing interest, because we're so busy. I have lives. I help take care of my in-laws. I do a lot of volunteer service and work. So I want to be able to be there for my clients, but I also have a life. So I show that interest and love for my clients by being organized and allowing my calendar to remind me.
I love
And that
that.
works out great.
Yeah, and I know Amanda because I've kind of watched Amanda for a few years, and it's true what she says. She has very specific days or blocks of a day set aside for soul, and she dedicates a lot of time for family and for volunteer service, and it's a big part of her life. And she's a great example. You're a great example, Amanda, that I can organize out my life according to my priorities and keep a balance there. And it maybe it doesn't have to be as much time sometimes as people feel like it's going to demand to build a business if it's organized. And I think you're such a great example of that. Even though the last 2 weeks when you did the challenge, you probably put some extra time into it. But those are things that you make special occasions.
Yeah, no, definitely. Actually, before any event, either an event that Soul makes or an event that we make, I always set 2 weeks aside after the event. That I tell my husband, okay, we're working full time 2 weeks. After that, I'll go back to my part time and taking care of everything. So I arranged my whole life to be able to dedicate a little bit more time after events, and then after that, like I said, life goes back to normal and putting my priorities first.
I love that. So good, Amanda. Okay, Amanda, before we do, we're going to have our drawing today because we want to give something away. And I'm going to ask Amanda to help me with it. But before we do that, do you have anything else? Anything else that you've thought, as you've thought about coming on this morning to Monday Morning Talking Success, anything else you would like to say or share with your soul siblings who are listening today or who will watch this recording?
I didn't think of anything specific, but I love working with soul more than anything because I love helping others. So yeah, have that genuine love and desire of helping others, and you'll never lack clients. You'll never lack people that come to you for help.
So good. I love that, Amanda. Okay, so help us do our drawing. We have our surprise bag. As you've seen before, we've given these away. Chronic stress, that's so last year. We want to help people move beyond that. So we have our surprise bag, and that's what we're going to give away this morning. So I've got a bunch of names here. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just stir the names. And then when Amanda tells me choose one, then I'll stop stirring and I'll pick a name. So I'm just going to keep stirring. And whenever you're ready, you just tell me when to stop, Amanda, and I will choose a name.
Okay, stop.
Stop? Okay. Oh, I got like 3. Okay, here we go. Oh, and it's Chris Lott. Yes. Chris, Amanda was looking out for you this morning. So Chris Lott, you get the surprise bag. We will save it over here. Congratulations, everybody. Amanda, thank you so much for being on. I've loved listening to you. We'll continue to stay in touch, and I'm sure another time in the future, we'll ask you again because I just love the things that you shared, and I'm sure everyone else did. Thanks, everybody else, for being on. We love all your comments here. There's lots of great comments. You should go on there, Amanda, and read them. They'll stay there on the YouTube channel. And everybody, thanks for being here. We'll talk to you next week on Monday Morning Talking Success. And actually, tomorrow night, there's a special Why Soul Works that you don't want to miss at 6 p.m. on this YouTube channel. So tomorrow, Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Utah time, Why Soul Works. See you, everybody.